Today on the new Variety Art Show, two very unusual guitar players. Please stay tuned.
Once again, we conjure up Brad Zinn.
Thanks, Van, and hi, everybody. I'm Brad Zinn. Welcome to this week's edition of the new Variety Art Show. As we get ready to meet two very unusual guitarists, we're going to let them explain exactly what it is that they do, and we hope that you'll stay tuned for that. You know, we've had all sorts of variety arts performers on our show, from magicians to jugglers to hypnotists and belly dancers, and we've even had a talent agent on to explain that side of the business. And we hope that by giving you this opportunity to meet variety arts performers one-on-one, you'll have a better appreciation of what it is that they do the next time you have an opportunity to see a variety arts performer live and in person. And if you have any questions or comments about our program, the new Variety Art Show, we'd sure appreciate it if you'd get in touch with us. And there's the number to do it. Area code anything of a variety arts nature. If you're a performer, get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you. Or if you're just flipping the dial and happen to catch our show and see something you like, let us know that too, because that's what makes it all worth all the hard work and effort we put into bringing you this show each and every week. And here's somebody who puts in a lot of hard work and effort every week, our good friend, our musical director, Van Corriton.
Well, gee, thanks, Brad. It doesn't feel like hard work anyway.
Well, on a good day, it shouldn't.
Yes, right.
It shouldn't. And you just recently got back from New York, and I see you brought a souvenir with you.
Yes, I'm wearing this. If I get stuck trying to find out which subway to take, I have to look on my tie. This is the subway system in New York.
It's a subway tie,
right.
And this is Manhattan.
Right, and there's Bloomingdale's.
And
you
there
are
has
here.
it has an arrow that says you are here, and that's Bloomingdale's.
Yeah, it's a real conversation piece. How to get people into your chest, I guess.
I guess so. Well, you're still playing out at the Phoenician Resort every day, is that right?
Until I'm told otherwise. Yeah.
Now, remind us again when that is.
For afternoon tea, 3 to 5 p.m. every day, just about.
Now, also on Mondays, you have something new that's just started.
That's right. I'm at the Scottsdale Plaza Resort at Remington's from 5:30 to 9:30 on Mondays.
And that's...
It's like a piano bar. People can actually sit there, and I play requests.
Ooh, you mean people can get close to you?
No, I can't. Yeah, if I'm wearing this tie.
How exciting!
Yeah,
do you sing a little bit while you're
after cocktail hour? I don't believe in competition at cocktail hour. People want to just unwind. It's a transition period. But after that, and they have a great happy hour spread, particularly on Mondays. I think that's left over from their buffet.
Don't say that too loud.
I mean, they prepare it special.
Yes. Now, you brought some playbills with you here today.
Yeah, well, we saw Guys and Dolls, which is coming in, I think, February to Gamage.
No,
should be wonderful.
This is, whoops, Guys and Dolls. Let's see, over here.
Yeah.
Now, tell us who's in this and how, is it good? They just came out with a cast.
Pardon me, I'm sorry.
They just did the re-recording of the cast album for this, didn't they?
Well, the gal that does Adelaide, she won the Tony for that. Faith Prince, she was fabulous. But here we're going to have Lorna Luft at Gamage.
Oh yeah, Liza Minnelli's sister.
Right, that should
Judy
be great.
Garland's other daughter.
And people have criticized and written in. If you hold that up, you'll see that they did the dice with the numbers wrong. They put the 1 next to the 7, so it would be 7. But it isn't really that way. People freaked out, wrote into all the editors and everything.
Yeah.
And then
what are some of the other shows you saw?
Well, we saw 2 operas, Carmen and Turandot at New York City Opera.
Turandot. Which one is this now?
Either. That was just the cover.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know, switch covers for the opera. Judd Hirsch was in Conversations with My Father, a great play. He was fabulous.
Now, what was this one about?
Oh, it was about the problems of father and son, where the father feels he is a great father and the son feels he was never understood. It goes on infinitum, you know. It was really terrific, though. Most Happy Fellow, which just closed its revival at the end of August, is a wonderful musical, also by Frank Lesser, who did Guys and Dolls.
Frank Lesser, yeah.
We really enjoyed everything.
Well, super, and you know, we have a lot of entertainment here in the Valley as well. So for those of you that may be going to New York, those are some of the shows. What do you recommend? Most Happy Fella is closing, of course, but what do you recommend?
Miss Saigon was fabulous.
Miss Saigon.
And that won't be here for a while, and it's still running strong.
Good. Yeah. So that's your recommendation. Your pick of the week.
Yeah, pick of the week.
Okay. All right. Well, let's let some folks know where they can see some talent locally.
Right.
Our old friend Flash Covington. Remember Flash, the magician, and he also plays saxophone. He's playing at Rawhide and at Cafe Creole. Gene Urban is at number 10 Downing Street. Kevin Barnes, just recently up in Laughlin, but he's normally seen at the Excalibur Hotel in Las Vegas. So if you're planning a trip up there, stop by and tell Kevin that we said hello here from the New Variety Art Show. And also, we have some shows coming up, and I think we have some information about to pop up on the screen. Here it is. Now, Lynn Roberts, Big Band Jazz. We had Lynn Roberts on the show. And January 21st, 1993, it's hard to believe, isn't it? 7:30 p.m. is the showtime, curtain time at Alhambra High School. That's 37th Avenue in Camelback.
Are there any tickets left?
They're going fast, but you can get tickets at the door, and the doors open at 7 p.m. And I'll be there to do a little bit of magic as well. Also, Mike Finney, our old friend Michael Finney, is appearing at The Last Laugh, November 23rd through the 29th at the Freeway in Northern, so be sure and check that out. Michael says hello. And also, the Barbershop Quartet that we had here at Cactus Road, they're doing their show October 23rd and 24th, along with a number of other barbershop quartets at Thunderbird High School. 8 o'clock curtain, 7:59 they say. 19th Avenue in Thunderbird. There's the number to call for ticket information. So there's a lot of entertainment going on in the Valley. Now, we have, let's catch up on the news here just a little bit.
Yeah.
Things in the paper here. Oh, we've had phone calls. We really appreciate those phone calls. People have called in. Jennifer Holver, if you're out there, thanks for calling in. She wanted to take belly dancing lessons, so she called.
From you?
Well, no, Joyce Daniels that was here a few weeks ago. My old friend Gene Gentry that I hadn't seen and talked to in about a year, he didn't even know we were on. Flipping through the dials during the Republican National Convention, if you can believe it. And he saw the show, and he called to say hi, and thought it was great that we were on the show. And Sean, I didn't get Sean's last name, but he's a young fellow that was surfing the channels, as they say, caught the show, watched the belly dancers, and he called to say that he is also a performer himself, and he does a little juggling and escape magic. His math teacher at school taught him how to do it. Now, who says public access television can't be successful?
Not I.
The late Mr. Pete show got a run on USA Cable. They were picked up.
No kidding.
Yeah, the late Mr. Pete show. It's an outrageous talk show from Los Angeles. They had Jessica Hahn on, Richard Simmons. They get the good guests over in L.A., of course. And also, you remember Craig Davis? Let's see if we can get a picture of this here. Craig Davis, the juggler, and he was on the front page of the Arizona Republic. There he is, performing up at the Flagstaff Festival in the Pines, and made it on the front page of the newspaper.
Wonderful.
Remember Andre Cole that was here?
Sure.
His son Tim Cole is playing in the Spellbound show. Concert of Illusions leaves audiences spellbound up in Las Vegas. So if you're in Las Vegas, also check out Tim Cole and his wife.
Why don't we do an edition from Las Vegas?
I guess. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Now, here's somebody that's kind of special to us.
Yeah.
My wife, Brenda, is also known around town as Cuddles the Clown. And in this magazine here, which is called Clowning Around, it's the official organ of the World Clown Association. She attended a clown convention up in Las Vegas. And right there she is. Let's see if I can... There she is, right there. There's Cuddles the Clown.
Nor anywhere.
Yeah, right there in the center, also with two clown friends there on either side. But she made it into the magazine. Yay, Brenda. Okay, yay, Cuddles. Now, if we could get our sound man in here, we have a little presentation to make.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, this is kind of neat. He doesn't know anything about this. This is one of our marvelous crew here at the New Variety Art Show, Mr. Michael Nolan. And Michael, you didn't know about this, but you did a little special project with Maryvale High School, and they want to present you with a plaque. Center for Leadership, Education, and Community Service Careers, Maryvale High School. This certificate of appreciation is awarded to Mike Nolan for helping to develop leaders and employees for the community through the Job Shadowing Program 1990-1991. Well, congratulations. Yay, Michael. Thank you.
Great.
Yay! Michael does the wonderful lighting and all that kind of stuff. Now, last piece of publicity. We made national cable television, Van.
You're kidding.
No, we were nice enough to be recommended by the good folks here at Dimension Cable to be considered for a little news clip about public access programs on the E! Entertainment Network. Now, those of you with Dimension, don't bother looking for it because it ain't there. But if you have Insight Cable, you might see the E! Entertainment Network. And they do a show every day called E! News Daily, and they did a story on public access. And we'd like to show you the clip. And you and I made it on to...
Hard to believe.
Yes. So we'll roll that clip, and when we come back, we'll meet our guests for today, Steve and Dale. Stay tuned.
In the hit movie Wayne's World, the lead characters host a cable access TV show from their basement. Wayne and Garth have put public access TV in the spotlight. E!'s Greg Agnew reports more and more Americans are getting in on the action.
It's wild, wacky,
if you give me a grasshopper, I will eat it.
and out of the ordinary. It can be controversial
We're going to talk about the U.S. and its policy toward Haitian refugees.
and politically active. It's public access television, the medium where the average citizens take to local airwaves. Aspiring Oprahs
And joining me today are a couple of gentlemen who are single that I've asked to come by and talk about women and relationships and what they look for.
Barbara Walters wannabes,
Great. What does your husband do? He's an investment banker.
and local folks with an idea and a camcorder can produce their own television shows. These are the driveways of the rich and famous. All it takes to be a public access TV mogul is a short training course and a nominal fee of about $30.
Oh, yeah. Marilyn Monroe necktie there, and this has seen a lot of guests through the months.
Public access television was born out of the 1984 Cable Act. Congress required local cable franchises to provide the channels for community news and education. The result is more than 15,000 hours of local programming nationwide each week.
To inform, to educate, and to entertain, not only on a national level, but also on a local level. And that is what community television provides for residents of any given area.
Public access is populist TV. Citizens can speak their mind or make their point virtually uncensored. The Cable Act prohibits operators from exercising editorial control. Content is constrained only by obscenity and libel laws. The hit movie Wayne's World, just released on videotape, introduced many people to the world of public access TV.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all programs that help us in our outreach efforts.
Irreverent shows may grab attention, but people involved in public access say most programs are serious attempts to enlighten and inform. Debbie Moore has hosted a public access talk show in Los Angeles for 5 years.
A lot of people used to think that cable was only for the wild and the bizarre and the weird shows. It's not that way anymore. There's some very good shows that are on that are, quote, normal.
Sit down, please. If I'm going to go, I want to go with a smile on my face, Diane.
Pete Chaconis launched the Late Mr. Pete Show on public access with $35 on a bet from a friend.
Public access television in Los Angeles, out of sheer desperation. Mr. Pete arose from the ashes of a lifeless life. I kill me sometimes.
Mr. Pete realized a public access dream. The show was picked up for a summer run last year by a Los Angeles broadcast station. The shows are now in national syndication on the USA cable network.
For God's sake, watch Zoo TV.
Most public access shows will never become a household name, but they'll continue to remain a grassroots forum for citizens to educate and entertain their neighbors. In Los Angeles, I'm Greg Agnew for E! News Daily.
Well, how about that? We made it on national cable television there. Yeah, all right. And the Marilyn Monroe necktie. Well, now we're back to meet our guests for today, Dale Lamphere and Stephen Wilbur. And these two gentlemen I met at a party a couple of months ago. They were playing some very interesting variations on what we might call standard guitar music. and it seems to be a format that they have been working on and developing. And we want to say thanks for being here today, fellas, and please tell us, what is improvisational guitar? And maybe we can start with you, Steve.
Yes.
Well, we were hoping you wouldn't ask that. Steve, why don't you take this?
Well, after all these years of playing guitar and then learning scales and learning theory and chords and structured pieces, classical and flamenco and jazz, all that information is in there, and what we like to do is just let it all come out without too much thought. Sometimes music is in short little bites, maybe 3 minutes, 5 minutes on commercial radio, and we're kind of interested in the music that is beyond that framework. What is left beyond the 5-minute sound bite? Dale?
So, I think. Well, thank you,
Well,
Steve.
Dale, let me ask you this. So your pieces go on longer than 5 minutes? Is that, I mean, can we expect like a 20 or 30 minute, like a concerto or something?
Absolutely,
absolutely.
Okay. We specialize in 30-minute pieces.
Okay. How did you two meet and get started doing this? And I'll let you handle that one.
A long time ago. Where did we meet?
Camelback Inn, I think.
Camelback Inn. I think that was Camelback Inn. A friend of ours played there doing a single, and we met one another, found out about one another, played together once in a while, and it developed into this.
Scary thought.
I understand you've done some world traveling now since then, and played in different parts of the world, and you have an interesting story, I think, that took place in Spain. Did you want to relate that?
Well, yes, actually, that was a few years ago when I was traveling around in Europe and playing in various street corners just for money, and turned out in Spain, Malaga, I believe. Is that what I wrote there, Malaga? Playing flamenco guitar in the street, you know, people are gathering around. I get kind of engrossed in my music, and by the time I looked up, everyone was gone, except for the police.
The gendarmes, huh?
Yes, the Guardia Civil, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they took me and threw me in jail for 2 or 3 days there. Just
now,
left
did they
me
ever
there.
explain to you why they tossed you in the can?
Well, I didn't know Spanish very well, and they didn't know English very well, and I think it was not legal to play music on the street, for money in particular. I'm hoping it wasn't because I was playing poorly. You know,
Perhaps it would help us to understand this concept of improvisational guitar if our audience had a little background of something to compare it to. Could I ask you to play maybe 8 or 10 bars of maybe what we'd consider a classical piece, that we could hear just a little short bit of that, so that we can then compare and contrast it to what I'll let you decide what you want to
What
pick
about
out.
Romanza? That's easy.
okay, let's do that.
Very nice.
That would be typical.
That's in the classical realm.
Yeah.
Classical realm.
Now we've talked a lot about flamenco, and I happen to know that Charo is a wonderful flamenco guitarist, she kind of enlightened us doing coochie coochie and playing flamenco. Could you give us a little sample of flamenco guitar? How would that sound different than from classical?
A little different than classical in the right hand technique. Typically.
Wonderful. Now I notice your nails, and I don't know if we can get a shot of this, but your nails are quite a bit longer than are typical, and I assume that you do this now for a reason. Is that
That's right.
You obviously don't type a lot. Is that correct?
Don't type a lot. Actually, it kind of makes this hand not so functional, because you can't grab things like you used to, but it comes in very handy for percussive sound.
Right, and on the
guitar.
other hand, the nails are very short, and that I
Very
would
short.
assume is so that you can grip the strings without interference.
That's right.
Yeah. And is the same true for you? Or you
Same is true for me. Mine are a little bit shorter because I do play keyboard mostly. And,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like Van.
So I'm breaking them all the time on the keys.
Have you ever had? What do you do if you break a nail? I mean, do you lose the gig that night, or what do you? What's the?
That's always a problem, and you always do that. So super glue is good. Super glue is good. Or if everything else fails, you just hack them all off. So at least relatively,
the tone is even anyway.
Right. Now you're working on a CD, or you have a CD out. I wasn't quite clear on that from our last conversation. Tell us about this CD. We can't mention any stores because it's non-commercial television, but tell us about the CD and what that consists of.
We've been getting together since January, and every week we record at least an hour's worth of music on tape. We take it into the studio, transfer it to a digital domain, and at some point we're going to edit all of this and pick out the songs that we like and the songs that we think would be interesting to other people and compile it to 1 or 2 CDs or tapes.
So
and
this is yet to come out then.
It's yet to come out.
So look for that in stores coming to a neighborhood near you soon. And do we have a title for the album yet?
Huh? Go ahead. Two Old Guys.
Two Old Guys.
Coming soon to the music store near you.
Two Old Guys.
Two Old Guys.
Well, now you don't look that old to me.
It's all relative, you know.
Yeah,
to my students, I'm
well, maybe
an
you've
old
had a
dude.
past life and you consider that.
I just had my 84th birthday. Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we can impose on you to perhaps play a number. Would this be one that's on the CD, or?
This could be.
Yes.
Now, are you going to do something that you've done before? Or are you going to just start playing and let it rip?
No, what we do is we start playing and let it rip. And it's always different all the time. And that's what we really like about it. It's always fresh. There's nothing canned in what we do.
So this is kind of like Zen and the art of guitar playing. Is that right? Did you like that little segue there, Van?
It's good.
Steve and I like to refer to it as particle physics.
Particle physics.
Particle physics playing, yes.
Okay. Well,
ladies. To mention, too, 25th of September.
Oh,
right?
Okay. All right. We want to get this in now. When was that again? September?
25th of September. We'll be playing at Kelly's in Tempe at 3rd Street and Mill in Tempe.
And that's a nice little coffee house.
Is
this kind of a throwback to the 60s kind of?
Yeah, it's resurging again, actually, especially in Tempe. They've got a couple coffee houses there, and they always have entertainment going. So we'll be there.
So you can see Stephen Wilbur and Dale Amphere, but you're going to hear them right now on the New Variety Art Show. Here they are playing improvisational guitar. Take it away, fellas.
Shall I?
Please do.
Thank you.
hardly know how to stop you. Thank you very, very much. That is fabulous. Very nice. Stephen Wilbur and Dale Ampere. Now we're going to have you play us out another little number, but we're running out of time. How do you decide who leads and who follows? Do you fisticuffs or?
At the time, you know.
Good question.
Now, do you start sometimes, and then you kind of pick up, and you kind of trade back and forth? Is that how it works?
It's an equal opportunity group.
Oh, okay. Very good. Well, tell us once again, where can folks come and see you now? And
right now, we'll be playing at Kelly's in Tempe, 3rd Street and Mill, September 25th. From 8 to 11.
Super, and I hope that our show will air in time for people to see you, and if not, go into Mr. Kelly's and tell him to bring Steve and Dale back. Before I leave, I want to thank Van Corrigan, seen every day out at the Phoenician Resort and Remington's on Mondays, and we'll see you the next time, Van, and thank you, Stephen and Dale. You're going to play us out, so don't run away.
Sure.
Okay. And thank you. We'll see you next week on the New Variety Arts Show. Support Variety Arts in your community. Take us away, fellas.